Good morning. I've never thought of Paul Hogan as being a fool, but today I do. His appearance on A Current Affair last night was quite simply a stupid thing to do. Now, I've taken legal advice on this. He may well have broken the law. The Australian Crime Commission Act, section 29B, subsection 6, is the law in point, and the penalty, if he has broken it, is a $2,000 fine and 1 year in jail, potentially. Now, this is not some stand-up routine. It is not a movie. It is not a popularity contest. Paul Hogan is accused of being a tax cheat. Paul Hogan, I reckon there's a bit of a message for Paul Hogan today, and the message is that this is not funny. Hogan is effectively accused of being a tax cheat. He's been stopped from leaving Australia. Now, last night he appeared on A Current Affair with Tracy Grimshaw. Why? He joked about it all. He was there against his lawyer's advice. I'll be talking to his lawyers later. But what was he trying to do? Was he trying to win public support? That doesn't matter. I mean, he's got to deal with the law and the tax department, not the court of public opinion. This is not funny. He talked about his lawyer's advice. They thought he shouldn't do the interview.
The last thing he said to me was, "No, don't be funny, because I've been telling everyone you're devastated and afraid, curled up in a little ball somewhere, going, oh, the tax man's after me. And don't treat it lightly. I'm sorry, it's so ridiculous. I've got to treat it lightly."
Okay, then he did something I think is sillier. He baited the Australian Crime Commission. Now, the Crime Commission is investigating in line with what was called Operation Wickerby, claims of tax fraud. Now, presumably Hogan spoke to them about that. I don't know. But the Commission has extraordinary coercive powers. It can make you turn up. It can punish you if you tell anybody what was going on. But this is what Hogan said on A Current Affair last night.
I've actually came out here at the request of the Australian Crime Commission, at my own time and expense, to assist them with their inquiries, but I'm not allowed to talk about that by law. If it did indeed ever happen, I'm only allowed to say no comment, which in Australia means you're guilty. You know, I can't talk about that legally. I go to jail for 2 years if I talk about that. So it never happened, Tracy.
And a big wink to Tracy. Now, there is argument here that what he said has broken the law, what he just said. Australian Crime Commission Act 2002, section 29B, subsection 6, says it is against the law to declare you've been summoned by the Crime Commission or to say something that leads a reasonable person to infer that you've received a summons. That's the law. Strong powers. Now, it's not illegal for us to repeat what he said. I've got legal advice on that. But it may be illegal for him to say it. If he was found to have breached the law, it could be a $2,000 fine, 1 year's jail. Perhaps that's unlikely, but at the very least, Hogan was baiting the Crime Commission last night. He was mocking them. Now, that's all very well if you're not in the deep trouble that he's in. At the moment, he should be taking more care. Paul Hogan is not above the law. We don't know that he's broken it, but he most certainly is not above the law.